Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, last night was Satoma's launch party. Yeah, well, it was okay. I've seen much better launch parties for a lot of different types of events. That one, on a scale of 1 to sucks, was sucks. So I'm being honest about it. Sata Mask was supposed to be launched last night, and we were told it's not going to be launched for possibly another 2 weeks. Well, that's not very good. Okay, so anyways, the Satoma launch party took place. I broadcasted it live. There definitely was some problems with sound. There was problems with everything. But, you know, I still was curious to hear what they had to say. There was a lot of NBA players there. There was a few rappers there, as you can imagine, there to push the product. More interestingly, Satoma is going to be working with hospitals, and that's kind of weird because I don't think I've ever heard cryptos talk about doing business with hospitals for whatever reason. I could not hear what they were going to be doing with hospitals, but I'm going to look into it. And I saw a couple of different little postings about it. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on it, and let's see what they're going to be doing, because that's interesting. I always want to get behind any kind of project that supports our healthcare industry. There's no doubt about it. So Satoma launch party wasn't that big of a deal, but they are a low coin on a totem pole. For them to even try to schedule an event and do it was kind of unique. But we're going to get into that here. Before we get started, hit the thumbs up button, because when you do, it helps us get past the algorithm that YouTube puts on us and keeps us from being shadow banned. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. The disclaimer here is I'm not a financial advisor, a lawyer, or an accountant. The information that I share with you, I do freely. It is of my own opinion. Hey folks, just a quick reminder that back in 2008 and 9, a lot of people lost all of their retirement savings in their 401ks and IRAs because they did not own gold and silver. Yeah, that's right. Gold and silver protects you from a market crash. So do yourself a favor, protect your retirement by purchasing gold and silver. You can go to moneymetals.com, reach out to them, and they will help you set yourself up to protect you and your family from having to start all over from scratch. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they will send along with your order a free half ounce of silver. So folks, do yourself a favor, head on over to moneymetals.com and protect you and your family from a market crash, as well as inflation. That's right, head on over to Money Metals when you want to buy gold and silver. Keep in mind, if you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. Hey, right now, a special offer for my audiences only. You have a chance to win 100 free American Silver Eagles. That's over $3,000 in value. And all you have to do is enter your email to win. That's it. That's right, there's no obligations to purchase. The link is down below in the description, so head on over there, enter to win. You have between now and December 31st of this year to enter. The only way you can for sure not win 100 silver American Eagles is by not entering at all. So do yourself a favor and enter your email so you have a chance to win. People keep asking me, where is the link, Pimpy? It's real simple. If you're at my page on YouTube and you're watching any of the videos, any of them, you see the video here and you scroll down, see my name right here? If you go here where it says show more, you click it. Here's all the links to the things you have access to. If you want to enter into the competition to win 100 free medals, just click it right here and it'll take you to the website where you can sign up. If you want to buy and own physical gold and silver, just click this link right here and it'll take you to the Money Metals website. And if you're thinking about buying cryptocurrencies, just scroll on down and see the word Coinbase. Click this and it'll take you over to the website that you can sign up for. So you can buy Shiba, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin. For those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. As everyone is aware of an alternative website, the link is down below in the description. Over here I post original content as well as other videos that have been banned from YouTube. It costs $3 a month to join for unlimited access, and all proceeds go to finding life's purpose. So come on over there and join us. Beware of scammers. That's right. People posing and pretending to be me. How you can tell us apart is real simple. If you post a comment and I respond, you will see a dark circle around my name. See this? It's either gray or black. I won't be sending you to WhatsApp, and I won't be sending you to Telegram or Telegraph or anything like that, nor would I be asking you for money. From time to time, I will be using material that's considered copywritten. I post this just to show that I am exercising my fair use rights. As I was saying, Satoma is doing something with healthcare. You can see right here. Medicine is about to enter a new paradigm of innovation. Personalized medicine and bioinformatics are only at its infant stages. As big data becomes more important in general use in society, the opportunity to utilize blockchain in all aspects of medicine, whether it be for physicians, pharmacy, innovation in a biotech industry, is at the early stages of cutting edge adoption. Satoma will be at the forefront of this innovation. I see this, but it doesn't say exactly what they're going to do. So again, I want to get behind anything that supports the healthcare industry. All right, so recently I've been talking to people a lot about the Shiba coin and the Satoma coin. And here's the thing. These coins, you have an opportunity to make a lot of money. You really do. But understand that all cryptocurrencies, all of them, no matter what, have their growing pains. So when you see stuff go up and down like it does, as a speculator, as a person who's an amateur, you can't panic and go, oh my God, I need to sell because I'm losing so much money. No, here's the thing. You don't lose any money until you sell. In other words, if I bought a coin at $100 and the value drops down to 60, the only way I lose $40 is if I sell the coin at 60. But if I hold on to it and then all of a sudden it regains not only its $40 back and then some, then I have a gain. So you can't get emotionally attached to your investments. I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. If you invest emotionally, you're going to lose a ton of money. The Shiba coin and the Satoma coin. When I told you guys, hey, if you have discretionary funds, which means money that if you lost all of it, it wouldn't affect your life one way or another other than you just be disappointed. I hear people all the time, oh my God, Pimpy, if gold and silver doesn't do this, I don't know what I'm going to do. Or if this crypto, then that means you did not use discretionary funds. You're panicking. Panic buying or panic selling is real dangerous to your pocket. Shiba coin and the Satoma coin, you just hold on to them. We saw those articles where, somebody bought $17 worth, becomes millions. Somebody who dumped $8,000 into Shiba is now a billionaire. Is that going to happen to all of us? Who knows? The truth is we don't know. But isn't that the goal? To see if it does happen? Well, those people ended up waiting months. In some cases, what was that? One guy, 400 days. So if you just bought some last month and all of a sudden you see the coin lose, 50% of its value, don't think it's the end of the world or it's a bad investment. No, just hold on to it. It happens all the time. We know this. I'll give you an example. Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin. Yes, way back in January 2017. Look at this. You could buy Bitcoin for $924. That's January 15th. Heck, let's go to the beginning. There you go. January 1st. Happy New Year's. It's 2017. Coincidentally, you could buy Bitcoin for $911. Yay, $911, right? Oh, you're happy. It's going up. Look at it as the months go on. It's up to the thousands. Look at this. Oh, in March, it's getting up to, you've made $100. Oh, April. Whoa. A little bit of a dip. Goes up. And there you are. By the end of the year, you are celebrating the next year before it even starts. Your $911 investment has now become $19,140. Yay! But then something terrible happens. Here we go. We're still at the end of the year. But it goes back up a little. And so here you go into New Year's. Okay, so you lost 3,000. You think that's the gambler. It was at 19, I lost. It's down to 16, I lost $3,000. The coin devalued all the way. By the end of the following year, your $911 coin went from 17,000. Is that what it was? What was it up here? 19,000. All the way back down to $3,252. That is a huge loss. People sold a little bit of their coins here, went up again, they started buying again. Went down, they kept holding, went down, they're panicking, you're selling. All this is people selling because they're panicking. Oh my God, I'm losing money, like the gambler. The smart people say, hey, this is what happens in the stock market. It's the same thing. But what you're going to find out about cryptocurrencies is there are huge volatility swings. So if you were smart enough to say, screw it, I'm going to ride this bad boy out, you made out like a bandit, because not only did it go from 19, but we all know what happened. What happened, Pimpy? Well, then it got back up here to around 60, 62,000, and everybody's like, yay, and then it dropped what? All the way down, lost 50%. 50% of its value, and everybody's like, boo, and then what happened? And went all the way back up and set a new record. Do you see what I'm saying? When it comes to cryptos, you're going to get this type of behavior. If you believe the coin is going to be much higher than its current value, then just hold on to it, no matter what kind of swings you see. And when it gets to a level where you're saying, you know what, let's just hypothetically, just for kicks and shiggles, all right, you say, well, I bought Satoma or Shiba when it was this value. Right now, I've made, a couple 100,000, and you're happy with that. Then sell your coins. But then when you sell them and it continues to go up, don't be one of those people who go, oh my God, look how much money I lost. No. You have to set a goal. You have to be disciplined. You say to yourself, this is how much money I put in. Once the coin reaches this level, this is what I'm going to do. And stick to your plan. You can't keep going, what did I lose when a coin goes up? Because that's not how you invest. You're putting into it emotionally. Okay? So these types of climbs and dips happen all the time in cryptocurrencies. I mean, in case you're not watching Hex, I don't know what the heck's wrong with it, but it has been going crazy. Like crazy. Also keep in mind that any and all investments are a risk. Some have higher risk than others. Think risk to reward. The ones with the higher risk also have the highest payoff for most cases, all right? So Bitcoin went all the way up to 68,700, and then all of a sudden went right back down to 63, and it's been sitting around the 63,500. Again, Ethereum goes up very slow, comes down very slow, but for the most part, it's really good about holding on to a big chunk of their gains. That's the good thing about it. So if you can look at the 52-week average, you can see still Bitcoin, Ethereum, the Binance coin, Solana, Polkadot, all near the top of their 52-week average. Near the top. You can see it right here where those little blue dots are. Everybody was high on Dogecoin. Remember this? It got up to 72 cents? And then what happened? Yeah. Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live and the whole thing tanked. Remember this? Everybody thought it was going to shoot up. It's going to shoot up. Elon Musk is going on to Saturday Night Live. It's going to shoot up. No, instead it went down. So right before the show, it got to its highest peak. And then what's happening is you're seeing people who bought Dogecoin when it was really cheap, 5 cents, 4 cents, whatever. They waited till it got really high during the show and then sold. The speculators do that. They just grab quick profits, day traders. And it affects the markets. But it's been consistently now hanging around between the 23 and 26 cents mark. No biggie. Shiba coin. Shiba got up to the 4088. and now has been consistently staying around the 53-cent level, or the 4053, consistently. So Shiba here wasn't even on the radar in May of this year. It had its little ups and downs. Look at this. What is this? All of October. All coins have these ups and downs. You just continue to hold on to them. If you panic sell or panic buy, you're going to buy when it's too high, sell when it's too low, and you're going to continue to lose a ton of money, and you're going to be discouraged about investing. Now, Satoma. Satoma deleted a zero day before yesterday and was well on its way to trying to get towards another zero. Not only did we get the zero back, but watch how low Satoma dropped after the party last night. So this was at one time 6 zeros, 17, 18, somewhere in that area. It dropped all the way down to the 7 zeros, 6, 9. So not only did we get the zero back, but it dropped more than half of its value since last night. But as you can see, it's already gained half of its losses back. From 6s into 9/8, it's going to delete the zero again. So for the past hour, it's up 7.8%. For the past 24 hours, it's down 31. So that's a third of its overall value is gone. But look long distance here. In the past 7 days, it's still 5.2% up. Over the last 14 days, it's still up 38.3%. And for the last 30 days, or last 14 days, this is the last 30 days over here, 589.6%. That's how much it's up. This happens. There's volatility in cryptos. All cryptos go through these growing spurts. You see these little peaks up, you see the little valleys down, and then it goes right back up again. So my hold for Satoma, people are like, Pimpy, how long do you plan on holding on to these Shiba coins and Satomas? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is hold on to my Shiba coins until it gets up close to that 1 cent, and then think about what I want to do, revalue it. Of course, I'm going to take some of the profits out, but I'm still going to leave it in there because I think it can do just as good as the Dogecoin. Satoma, same thing. We're buying in so low on Satoma that even if it gets to a half or even a quarter of 1 cent, we're going to make out like bandits. You're going to have a lot of money. But Satoma is putting together a lot of projects. More than I'm hearing about what Shiba's doing. Shiba is being used for making payments and stuff, so it's being used as an actual cryptocurrency. But you don't hear a lot of projects about Shiba, not like you do Satoma. They're actually getting involved in a lot of different areas, which I like. So to me, this is a good investment. So I'm going to hold on to it. It's just like any other token. It goes up, it goes down. You're going to have these amateurs and speculators coming in, grabbing the token. As soon as they double their money, getting out, and they're just happy with the gains. They're not into it for the long haul. But again, look how far it dropped. See where it says right there, price? 70697. And it was all the way up to 6018. This is almost like a third of its value. Just less than, or just a little over a third of where it was just a day ago. And already, it's gained half of its losses back. So I don't panic. I just hold on to it, you guys. Here's the other thing about Satoma. Just for keeping it in your wallet, and I want to reach out and say thank you to Litecoin Lisa for this. She said, hey, don't forget reflections. I was like, what the hell is that? Reflections are this. When you hold your Satoma coins in your wallet, you don't have to do anything to it. Just for holding it in your wallet, you earn other Satoma coins. You get the pull. It's a fee pull. So 2% of every transaction goes into this pull money. And then it is split out to all the people holding their tokens. So you earn more tokens just by holding it. What you do is you just buy your tokens, sit on it, and watch it. Don't do anything to it. You could check every day to see how many tokens you've earned. Just look at how many tokens you have today, and then wait till the same time tomorrow, and then look how many more tokens are on there to see how much you're earning in reflections. That's what it's called. I wasn't even aware of that. You earn money just by keeping it in your wallet and nothing else. I got these people making comments going, oh, Pimpy's giving up on gold and silver. No. No. I keep telling you guys, it's the time to buy. I might be talking about other things, and the reason for that is because I think there's a great opportunity for everybody to benefit from it. I still don't have a lot of faith in cryptocurrencies. Well, not the currencies, but the government. But I'm smart enough to understand there's an opportunity for us to make money. But when it comes to gold and silver, nothing beats that. Nothing at all. Sure, people are able to get in there and get lucky and buy some tokens to become millionaires. Congratulations. I get that. But I'm talking about when it comes to safety. Let's see where their money is when they do a bail-in. How much of these millionaires are still going to be millionaires because they didn't think to buy gold and silver, but they leave their tokens there, and all of a sudden the tokens get wiped out because of the market crash. We're going to really find out how good cryptos are when the market crashes. It's already crashing. People don't even realize it. Evergrande is defaulted on their loan. They're not the only people. Zillow offloaded 7,000 properties. Why? Because they see that the housing market is tanking. It's been slowly dropping. That's the same thing that happened way back in 2008 or so. All of the signs are there. And you want to see an even bigger sign? This is David Kranzler. He's talking to Andrew Maguire, and I always get a kick out of the way Andrew talks. Listen to what they said about one of the biggest silver movers and what happened. Take a listen.
Because there's just going to be such a scarcity, and there's going to be so much money that has been...
What they're talking about is there's been an ongoing silver shortage. Look at Dave's face. Anyways, there's been an ongoing silver shortage, and they've been really walking on thin ice with the public, trying to hide the truth. And these guys are going to tell you what's going on. Listen to this.
Printed, looking to buy physical gold and silver.
You know, it makes total sense. And so, as you say, it's this whole, there's this disconnect. We're talking about this disconnect between the paper and the physical price, and then the resulting, and you're talking about that there's going to be indicators like premium expansions, etc. But it was really interesting.
Premium expansions? What are you talking about? We already see them. You're already paying large premiums on silver. So that's already, they said that's one of the signs, and we see it now.
Yesterday, and this is something I is so fresh in my mind because it's not out there yet. So obviously, you know, we're very involved in the wholesale market, and yesterday. Look, this video is from 2 days ago. Listen to what Andrew's going to tell you, because it hasn't really hit the circle yet, the circuit yet of news. He's about to drop a bomb on you, for reals. This is unbelievable what he's about to tell you when it comes to silver. Today, and this is a bank you know. Yesterday, and this is the interesting part, just a silver pit opens, and what does silver do? Bang, down it goes. Today again, pit open, bang, down it goes. Just as it was going down yesterday, we were chasing some silver, and we got a phone call back to say, sorry, by the way, Standard Chartered, one of the market makers on the COMEX, has just come in and taken every single ounce, future, not just now, but they've bought every single ounce out of this is one big supply, and I won't name him right now, but it's a very big producer. And they've said they've bought everything, including forward production into 2022. Now, come on. Do
you hear what he said? One of the biggest shakers and movers in silver, they want physical delivery of the silver, not only for the remaining of their contract for this year, but they bought out all of 2022. When you see big movers and shakers do this, they know what's going on more than you do. Like I say, don't listen to what they say, watch what they do. They bought out their forward contracts from the COMEX
not only for now, but all the way through the year 2022.
This is while we see this tanking price, we see Standard Chartered, a COMEX market maker, out there buying spot gold, locking in the price in the spot gold market to buy everything in the future. Now, spoke to Argor and they said, and this is starting to feed back, spoke to Argor yesterday and they said, we're going to have no silver. We're going to have no silver next year. It's like...
Yeah, he said gold, but I think he meant silver. So, but anyways, he mistakenly said spot gold, but he's talking about silver. But listen what they're saying. They're panicking because they know there's not going to be any silver next year.
This is crazy. And this is crazy. And so when we look at this market and you see this price, but to me, I think I know what the game is. And I think we know what the game is that when we look at these short sells coming through on the COMEX, boom, 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 bang, 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 bang. And it obviously it forces out moving averages. You can trip out, you know where the long stops are, you know, all the game. You also know then what you're going to do is also incentivize hedging, legitimate hedging, people going short to hedge positions, big funds out there having to do that.
Does Andrew look like he's talking to a crowd of people in front of him?
And then suddenly, but when we look at it, we go, hold on a minute. Because the over-the-counter market is so opaque, and because it's still, I mean, silver, we reckon 500 to 1. Gold has been 100 to 1, even reverse.
So what they're talking about is the contracts that are sold. There's 500 contracts to every 1 ounce of silver. In other words, they're breaking the law, but nobody does anything about it. They don't have the silver to cover the contracts. That's why whenever you demand your silver from the COMEX, they threaten you. They threaten to cut you off and never allow you to get it again. Silver, he says, is around 500 contracts for every 1 ounce. Gold is 100 contracts for every 1 ounce. Do you understand what they're saying? They don't have the gold and silver to cover the contracts. And now you have these big dogs coming in and saying, yeah, because we are who we are, you're not going to deny us. We want not only the silver for the rest of this year, but through all forward production for the year 2022.
First Bank of India says gold 100 to 1, 92 to 1, they said.
Yeah, I remember that.
But 500 to 1 silver. So what we're seeing is, to me, is we're seeing unrealized, these guys are out in the spot market. Now, I can go out in the spot market right now, as you can, and on the over-the-counter market in the UK or anywhere in Europe, and I can buy a lot of spot silver. It's a paper position. Nobody realizes whether that's going to be crystallized into physical or not. So these guys are out there buying all this physical, locking in the price. It's just a number until it's
physical. They're not buying paper, gold, or silver like those ETFs. You heard what he said. They are now buying the physical. They're demanding physical delivery of gold and silver, not to paper. So something big's coming, and they know it.
Actually is crystallized. It's not transacted. So it just sits there. In the meantime, they're hedging that position on the COMEX, and you see all the shorts appearing. And so the COMEX-centric guys in the casino see all these shorts coming in, but don't see the long side of that transaction. And this, to me, is exactly what's going on. And this tells me what a screaming opportunity this is right now, when we've got production being completely eaten up into 2022 for silver. I mean, how can you have a price? The price today has to be a screaming buy. What?
It is a screaming buy. All through 2021, especially in the beginning, we had mints like Perth Mint, then the US Mint, and then UK Mint, all stopping production of minted coins, claiming glitch in accounting, updating our services. They're changing the image of the coins, therefore they need a couple of months to change over the machines, which is a lie. Trying to hold everything together with duct tape, baling wire, threads, whatever. If they were struggling that much in 2021,
And now this major group, a big mover and shaker, comes and not only buys physical delivery for the rest of this year and forward production. Listen what they're saying. 2022 is going to be worse. Now, for those of us who live in the United States, what does our Constitution say? The United States is responsible. It's mandatory for them to produce as many mint coins as the public demands. But there's a problem. You see, our U.S. military uses silver on the missiles and their motherboards and everything else like that. Do you understand the pickle that countries everywhere are in? There is no silver out there. It's out there, but you're going to have to pay an arm and a leg for it.
What do you think?
When you say that Standard Chartered bought, you're saying they bought commitments from a mining producer?
Yes, and refiners.
Oh, okay. Got it. I was on a podcast yesterday with the CEO of Silver Tiger. I don't know if you're familiar. It's a junior exploration. They're developing
I don't know it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're developing a big silver project down in Mexico, and I think they might have Peru properties also. But he said that based on all the analysis he's seen, there's going to be a silver supply deficit starting next year, like a big one. And he brought up the point that it's not just like, well, you can't even with oil pumps, you can't just shut them down and then turn them on right away. But with physical supply of physical gold and silver, it takes at least 10 years to develop a mine. So it's not like if you've got a supply deficit and the demand is growing. And with silver, obviously, as you point out, what makes it more interesting than gold is that it's got the industrial demand component. I mean, the economy doesn't operate without silver, right? Or, it doesn't operate as efficiently or as well without supplies of silver readily accessible by.
So when I tell people that silver within the next 10 years is not only going to catch gold in its value, but it's going to pass it up. Dave is covering why right now. Silver is second in commercial usage only to oil. And if they have a silver shortage, how are they going to cover the commercial side of things, let alone the retail side of things? The price of silver has no choice but to go up.
Auto producers, technology manufacturers, the whole thing. So defense companies. I mean, I've been kind of thinking at some point down the road, if the supply of silver becomes scarce enough, you could well see, like the U.S. Department of Defense declare it a strategic metal because they need it for their weapon systems. So, so he was saying, he thinks you're going to see for the next 10 years a supply deficit. And, I think 10 years is kind of that kind of thing because who knows for sure. It could be longer, could be shorter. I don't know. I mean, if you go into a big global depression, it's going to reduce the demand for silver. Not the investment demand per se, but certainly the industrial demand component. Another big trend that we think is going to emerge is that you're going to start to see companies. It's not going to be as easy to source silver in London the COMEX and the CME. They acknowledge they're not a true physical market. And you start to see a lot of industrial users go directly to the miners to lock in supply. And I think that's happening.
Yes, they are. They're bypassing the middle person, saving them a ton of money. At the beginning of this year, I should say, I did a video in which I said, China is really slick. What they did was approach mining companies and work out contracts to where they get 20% of all production. They buy directly from the miners. Now that is really super smart. Just because I don't talk about gold and silver as much as I used to, that doesn't mean I've turned away from gold and silver. You guys are crazy, man, for those of you who think that. No, I'm pointing out these cryptocurrencies because they're so dirt cheap. And if you look at the hype around the coins, that means they got a huge wave of people behind them to help push the values up. So what I say is, look, who knows? Drop 100 into Shiba. Drop 100 into Satoma. We'll see what happens from there. You might get lucky. There's a lot of people out there that this happens to. But like I said, you have to use discretionary funds. If you're not using discretionary funds, then you're investing with your emotions and you panic. You panic buy, you panic sell. And you don't want to do that. Anyways, I thought this interview with Krensler and McGuire was interesting. McGuire is from Kinesis Money. So he's really involved dealing with the big dogs, so to speak, when it comes to precious metals. So what he was reporting, I thought was really interesting. If they had a shortage this year in 2021, if they thought they had a shortage, it's nothing like what's coming up in 2022. And you have all these idiots around the world pushing us towards the Green New Deal. The Green New Deal doesn't happen without the precious metals. See where I'm going with this? Anyways, that's it for now, man. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.